All teams on all my teams. I got my contenders. The contenders are obviously what you know what they are. Contenders. They're contending teams in the league right now. We know what they are. A-tier teams. They're missing something. These teams are right there, but they missing something. I don't know what it is, but they are contenders, but like they're just, you missing something. It says it in the words. I ain't gotta explain it that much. Don't sleep. Don't sleep on these teams. These teams will catch you. Don't sleep on them. If you sleep on them, you're gonna pay for it. Don't sleep on them. They're sleeper teams. If you can't get the gist already, they're sleeper teams. Playing teams with a question mark. Could they make the play-in? Possibly. Could they miss the play-in? Possibly. It really just depends how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So like we'll see how, you know, you'll see how as it continues. Then we got it's only January, but these teams, it's only January, but y'all gotta figure it out before the trade deadline or do something. Something needs to happen like tonight, like today. And then I have the NBA draft is June 24th. These teams, you know what it's about. Prepare accordingly. The draft is on the 24th. Prepare your accommodations. Draft Express is already posting mock drafts. So, all right, bro, let's get right into it. So, Philadelphia 76ers. Ooh, that's a tough one. Ooh, if I put them as a contending team, bro, I'm gonna feel bro, I'm being biased because I don't trust Embiid though. I think we're gonna put them as a missing something team. They're an A-tier team. They're contenders by default because they're one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Do I think they're true contenders in the Western in the Eastern Conference? Maxey has stepped up. Embiid has stepped up. If they can make just one small little move at the trade deadline, just to show up their bench, I could rock with it. But I mean, you could have them in the S tier here and I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't complain too much, but I think I'm having them missing something right now. Washington Wizards. The draft is on the 24th. Go get ready for the draft. Go get ready for the draft. The draft's on the 24th. I was wrong about Poole this year. I thought he was going to make an all-star leap. He did not. I like the signing of Bagley. Hopefully he can, you know, it's a low-risk signing. See if he can play for you guys, add you some value. But yeah, the draft, bro. Like, just worry about the draft right now. Like, honestly, you guys could probably make some moves and gain some more assets at the trade deadline. Probably do that too. Atlanta Hawks. It's only January, but y'all got to figure it out. There's already reports of DeJounte Murray getting traded. If you guys are going to move DeJounte Murray, I question what's going to be the long-term effect with Trae Young, because now that was the piece that you guys traded for 2 years ago to add with Trae Young, and to move off him a year and a half later, I don't know. I mean, you guys have done a really, really poor job trying to maximize what you have with Trae Young, and I just don't think that's what's up. Trades are going to be made. Hopefully. I don't know. But the Cavaliers, they played so good. They're missing something. But are they contenders though? Missing something? No, they're missing something. They're missing something. The Cavs have been a very, very good team. Mind you, they haven't had Evan Mobley for some time. They haven't had Darius Garland, and this team has still managed to be one of the, I believe they're the 4th seed right now in the Eastern Conference. So missing those guys, would they put them as contenders? I don't think so. So I'll probably put them as don't sleep. I think don't sleep is fair. Don't sleep on the Cavs. Don't sleep on the Cavs. They're a B-tier team right now. But like I said before, Donovan Mitchell balling out, going crazy, going federal, going stupid. I will rock out with Donovan Mitchell for sure. But yeah, they're a B-tier team. Detroit Pistons. Matter of fact, y'all are so Detroit. Y'all are so lucky. Y'all are actually so lucky that GPCRs, signal transduction pathways were taking my time, because I swear to God I would have made a video on you guys. We're gonna do this real quick. Let's do this. Nah. Add a row below. Yeah, let's do this. Detroit. 27 games is crazy. To be fair, I don't think you guys have a horrible lack of talent compared to what many people think. You saw what Bagley did the first game when he was traded to Washington. He had 20 and 11. I think your coaching staff is completely misutilizing your guys. Cade is injured now. I don't think Ivy is bad. I don't think Asar is bad. I don't think Duran is bad. I think Killian Hayes is not the player that many people think him to be. And the pieces that you have on your team are not terrible, but the coaching staff has not brought out the best out of them. And DMPs and not knowing what you want to do with them, and guys playing different minutes to start the season. There was a whole bunch of nonsense. Look, y'all boys, it's not a lack of talent. That coach staff out there, look at who's on the coaching staff. Steven Silas, he's on your coaching staff. Remember that. Yeah, he was a Rockets coach for some time. I know what that's about. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna continue though. Indiana. Been talking about y'all. Don't sleep on these guys. I think the Siakam trade definitely adds a little versatility to their team. They're a team to look out for. This season, not contenders, but I wouldn't be surprised if they can make it to the second round, give some team some trouble trying to get to the conference finals. But you know, I think they're not a playing team. They're better than that. And I think adding Siakam really assured that for sure. The Bucks are missing something, man. The Bucks are missing something. I mean, I said it when they traded Dame. I was excited for what they were going to do with him. I think that because now Dame hasn't really played to the expectations of Dame back in Portland for the past 2-3 years, it's taking a little bit of hit for him. And on top of that, their defense is just suspect. The Bucks were known for a team to be a hard-nosed defensive team, bunch of length, hard-nosed defensive guys, and losing Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez not being as stout as he was defensively in years past, and it's just not where it needs to be. But this team is still having one of the top 5 players in the league in Giannis Antetokounmpo, and having Dame playoff time is going to be an issue. So I'm cool with them being missing something. I ain't too mad at it. They're not a contending team to me yet. I mean, someone's gonna say, "Oh, well, they have Giannis Antetokounmpo. They're obviously contending." Yeah, I know by the default, but they're missing something to really be a true contending team. Toronto Raptors. It's only January. Listen, I like the moves. You guys have already started blowing up your roster. Do I think you guys can make the play-in? I think the Eastern Conference is so like the 9th and 10th seed is like 8 games under 500, but you can still make the play-in because that's a playing team. But I do think that this team does lack. It's not one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference, but I think it could sneak into the play-in. But I wouldn't be surprised if you guys just don't make the play-in right now. But yeah, I think you guys might be the 12th seed, to be honest with you. But yeah, nah. The Mavericks, don't sleep on them. I know they haven't won as many games as we expected them to. They started off kind of hot. Luka Doncic again is playing basketball at an MVP level. Just a few guys are ahead above him. And I think the Mavericks are going to be a team to look out for on the trade deadline, to add some pieces to them to really, really be aggressive and try to shore up that roster on the defensive end. I don't think they're a playing team. This team is too good for that. So Luka and Kyrie, their synergy has been a little bit better than I expected. I always questioned if they could actually fit together, and I think for the most part they've done okay. They could be better, but yeah, I have no problem with this team so far. I just don't think they're a contending team. That's the only thing I have with Dallas over the past few years. Like, they have Luka, who's a top 5, top 4 player in the league, but they've never seemed to be a team that's right here. So I hope they're aggressive in the trade deadline and maybe bring in an extra piece. A guy like Siakam could have helped them. So, you know. Denver, contending team, my first contending team. Now, Denver, compared to previous seasons, people can see that they've taken like maybe a slight little step. Their bench isn't as good. True, but Jokic is still playing at an MVP level. I think there were some injuries due to the fact that Aaron Gordon, you had Jamal Murray missing some games early on. And this team is still, when Jokic has the ball in his hands, he's one of the best creators in the game and one of the best offensive hubs in the game. It's tough to beat this guy. I would still take Denver over any of these other teams, and I think they're a contending team. There's not really much to say about Denver. Like, you know what it is, bro. You know what it is. Memphis, like I said earlier in the stream, I said that they were going to be a playoff team if Ja was healthy and everybody was healthy. The NBA draft is on the 24th. It's unfortunate that the entire team is injured, bro. It's actually crazy. I think they could have, when Ja came back, they could have actually made some noise, but you know, injury bug sucks. It's a way of the game. But yeah, they're gonna be in the drafting top 6, hopefully. Actually, no, you're in my division. No. Hope you guys don't. But you guys will be drafting that night, early, very early, before 8 o'clock Eastern. All right, so we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. Y'all gonna kill me. Look, bro. This is from this season. It's from this season. It's only from this season. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I got them as a contending team because, well, they have a very, very solid team of players on their team. I like the core, not just the core, but just the products around Ant. You have Cat, Rudy, Mike Conley has been a good point guard. You have Naz Reid, who's been a great bench player. You have Kyle Anderson. You have Jaden McDaniels, one of the better perimeter defenders in the league. They got a lot of good pieces in Minnesota. They play defense, and Anthony Edwards is only getting better as an offensive player. The moment he gets much more efficient, he's not an inefficient player at all. But the moment he gets more efficient, that man is going to be hooping. Like, not this man, but this team is going to be they're already the best team in the West right now. So they're tough. They're a very, very tough team. Like, I know it's crazy to say, and it's, you know, it's the Timberwolves, but like, you look at what they've done so far in this season, having probably the depoy. Nah, they're legit. They're legit. San Antonio Spurs. Look, y'all were close to being Detroit for one point, but y'all, the draft is on the 24th. Wembanyama is a bright spot. I like Trey Jones. Trey Jones. The way I use Sohan is so weird to me. I don't even think he's a bad player, but he's not a point guard. He's not a guard. But yeah, one player on your team that I really like a lot, Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell's tough. Devin Vassell is very tough. He's talented. He's a bucket getter. He's a really good player. I think you guys should keep him for sure. But besides that, yeah, nah. Utah Jazz. Look, bro, Utah is a playing team. I've been said. I tweeted this out like a few weeks back. I said the playing, like, Utah is a team that has solid pieces around. Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson. Like, we can go. Like, they have solid pieces, and they're not just losing games. Like, they're not just losing it. They're above 500 right now. And people are just telling me that Lauri Markkanen is going to get traded immediately. And I'm just like, why would they do that if they have a guy who's 26, who doesn't turn 27 until next year, until the end of the season? Like, they could make moves and legit be a team to be worried about in the Western Conference. Now, from a standpoint of long-term success, do you think that they can build a team? I don't know, maybe. But they did get back some draft picks from the Rudy Gobert trade and the Donovan Mitchell trade. So, you know, they could definitely do something, but like, this team has played well. They played really good so far, and people just make it seem like Lauri is going to get traded. Like, nah, bro, it's deeper than that. They're a very, very good team. So they could spoil some teams' playing hopes. Like the Rockets, yeah, that's a team to worry about. That's an issue. Like, you didn't expect them to be this good this year, but Clippers I have as missing something. They're an A-tier team. They play great. I have nothing against the Clippers. I think the Clippers right now, when I look at them play, they're a team that just feels like they're all understanding the roles that they have on their team. Everyone understands what they need to do. Like, beforehand, it was like, okay, you do this, that's what happens with this chemistry with guys who are coming in mid-season. And people didn't think that Harden wouldn't figure out a way to mesh with players like Kawhi and PG and Zubac and figure out ways to get the most out of everyone. Like, this is Ty Lue, who's not a bad coach, to figure out a way to win games. And they're doing that. The only thing with the Clippers, I could definitely put them as a contending team. But I think that right now, give me a month and I'll probably change it. Give me one more month and I'll probably change it. Phoenix Suns, playing team. Right now they're close to being a don't sleep. They were kind of shaky at one point during the season due to the Bradley Beal injury. That team not really figuring out what to do with that bench unit. And the load of Kevin Durant and D Book trying to basically carry this team every night. But I think that right now they're slowly getting into a rhythm. They've been hot over the last few games. If I look real quick, let me see. Let me check real quick. Not their stats, but like the last few games, I'm pretty sure they were legit. Oh, they're 7-3 in the last, 7-3. So they've been on a little stretch of games they've won. So they'll probably move up for me. And this team is still talented. Like, when they're healthy with those three guys in the playoffs, yeah, defense matters, of course. You know, they're gonna have an issue with that, but the offensive that they're gonna be able to just put on teams is gonna be very, very filthy. But you know, there's a lot of question marks with them, but I'll leave them as a playing team for now. We got Portland. Portland is a draft team. Yeah, just be ready for the draft. Make sure you shovel your snow out, Aiden. Crazy. Look, Portland is there. I'm gonna put the Kings. Let me see. I got the Kings as a playing team. So they're gonna make the playoffs. Well, I'm not saying they're gonna make the playoffs, but they're not. I don't think they're gonna be a team that's in jeopardy of missing the postseason. They're talented enough. However, I do think that they've hit a crossroads in the season, this so far, where they're good at, well, I don't want to say, it looks weird. It really looks weird right now, seeing them there, but in the season, maybe it's the dog days of the season, but the Kings right now haven't really played up to par as what they did last year. I know they're going to be active in the trade deadline. They wanted to bring in a guy like Siakam. Those talks failed, and I think that would have been a really good move depending on what they gave up. But this is a team that's trying to be top 6. You look at the top 6 teams in the West. I already have 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't even brought in some other teams yet, and they want to be top 6, so they can avoid a play-in. I think they could do it, but it's going to be, that's really where the question mark is right now. So the New York Knicks, don't sleep. Don't sleep. New York Knicks, don't sleep. New York has been really solid after the OG Anunoby trade. Even before then, they were basically a solid team. But since then, I believe they're 7-2. I'm not gonna lie, I like what Thibs has over there. I know they're looking to trade Quentin Grimes and guys like Evan Fournier. That might happen, but still, you have guys. Jalen Brunson is an all-star this year. Been amazing. He legit gets it done at 6 foot. Size don't matter for him. Size don't matter, guys. Size don't, not like that. No.
What?
Not like that. Not like that.
Bro, I'm out, man.
Not like that. And then I believe you look at those dogs that they have on their team, like OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo. Like, I like what the Knicks are building over there. I think that they can keep it up. They'll probably avoid the play-in. But so far, since that trade, they've been a very, very good team. One of the better defensive units, too, which Tom Thibodeau loves. So, you know what that is. The Pelicans. The Pelicans are a weird team to me. I almost thought in December that they were going to be a team that could probably be, lose some games and be in the play-in. But only thing about this team, they dropped some games where it's like they're better than these teams, but they just somehow fold them. But yeah, the Hornets, the draft is on the 24th. You could look to move Terry Rozier. Move Terry Rozier now. Don't do what the Raptors did and lose him for nothing. Get rid of him now. Houston Rockets, my team. Feel me? Look, Houston right now is a playing team. Like I said, they be. However, this team is so talented, they should be higher. But it's going to be tough to make the play-in. And this team is talented. Don't get it twisted. Remember, they already improved from. This is already an improvement year for these guys. Remember that. Like what people expected them to do, be one of the worst teams in the West, even after signing all these guys to bring Ime. They've been good, but it's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tough, very, very tough. But yeah, that's what I feel about the Rockets. I'll probably do a video about the Rockets where I talk about how I think about them right now, but not today. We'll get into that later. The Miami Heat. Miami Heat will never be a playing team to me. Don't sleep. I will never sleep with the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are a tough team to worry about. Especially when I think that they're going to be active in the trade deadline. I think that even with the fact that you have two guys who could be all-stars in Jimmy Butler and Bam every single year, their rookie this year, Jamie Jaquez Jr. I'm probably saying that name wrong. And if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize because I'm thinking that Jay is silent or maybe it isn't. But that's my fault, bro. I got to be better on that. But he's balling out. I like how he's probably third in my rookie of the year rankings. Like his game. But yeah, the Heat are going to be a team just to don't sleep on. They're not a playing team. They haven't shown me that they're severely lacking this year. Like severely lacking. Like nah, they'll be a top 6 for sure. Chicago Bulls. So this is weird, right? Chicago's in the playing talks, right? When they lost LaVine, it was going to be okay. It's only January, but you need to trade LaVine to somebody, Detroit, LA, something. But Chicago has slowly won some more games than we expected them to. Now, do I think they probably blow it up and make a big move at the trade deadline? They possibly could, and I think that's a highly possible. But as of right now, I think you got to have them as a playing team in the Eastern Conference, especially with the Eastern Conference being so weak and the bottom half teams and only a few teams being so good. They're a team that legit has played well and competed in some games and shocked a lot of teams. So yeah, I'd put them as a C-tier team right now. The Nets. And the Nets, it's only January, but y'all need to actually like make a decision ASAP. Since December, I think the midway December, they have legit lost. I don't know what the record is. They have severely underperformed to the point where it's questioning if they even want to blow this up and just start tanking. Now, again, it's hard for them to do that because this team right here, hey, we own their draft capital. We own their draft capital. So we don't, it's tough to just rebuild when you don't own your draft capital for years to come. So that's the tough thing for them. Do they want to do that? I think they should. I think you can get something from Mikal Bridges, Nick Claxton. You got a lot of good pieces, and if you can't mesh them all together, bro, you're making it worse. Okay, see, this is gonna break my rankings, bro. Because if I put them as a contending team, someone's gonna tweak on me, bro. The only reason why you won't think OKC is a contending team, the only reason why you won't think they're a contending team is because they're young. That's the only reason. Only reason. But they go band for band with any other team in the NBA, and they can compete. I know it looks weird, right? Because the Thunder have been a team since I've been doing these rankings, been down here before, have been here. To put them as a contending team over all these other ones, it feels. But thing is though, like, I can't have Denver. Nah, I'm gonna leave it there. Fuck it. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Look, I've said it before. They have the coach of the year. They have a guy who's playing an MVP candidate. They have one of the best second-year players in the game. They have the best, arguably the best behind Paulo. They have the second best rookie in the game right now. They are playing basketball that does not look like their age. Damn, it feels weird. It feels weird, but OKC has. I mean, if you show me, well, actually, this is what I'll say. They are okay. I'll leave him here. I'll do this. I'll put him as missing something. I do think that they need one more extra piece to put them as a contending team, a true contending team. I think getting a solid 4 or shoring up their bench at the trade deadline will put them up as a true contending team in the West. Until then, they can go band for band with anybody, but I won't put them as a contending team. Nah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Y'all let me know. Golden State, it's only January, but yeah, it's like I said before, Golden State has not been up to par where they need to be. Like, they haven't been. I'm surprised at how bad they've been. I think the Draymond suspension was bad. Figuring out the young guys and who needs to play, the reports to the media. I don't know. Again, you know, the Warriors on a hot day can beat almost half these teams in the B or C tier, but they haven't done it yet. They haven't shown me, so I can't just go with that yet. I used to think that they'd be, just because they have Steph, they'll figure it out, but nah, they don't have it yet, so they got to figure it out. Boston, the contending team. They got 3 players who could be all-stars, 4 if you think for JJ Redick with Derek White. So yeah. One thing about Boston, look, y'all have been #1 up here for like every single ranking video I've done on my channel, and they have no championships. So like, figure it out, do something, please. But the Lakers are a playing team right now. So again, the Lakers to me are a team that, they're not a bad team. AD is playing great ball. LeBron is playing like, he's 39 years old, bro. Like, come on, about to turn 40 next year or this year. It's a new year. You know what I'm talking about. The team, that team right now, that's currently constructed, I don't think it's enough to get them over the hump to win a championship. I think there needs to be another move for them to make. I think right now, as currently constructed, they can make the playoffs, definitely. But that next step to be a top tier contending championship team, they're not there yet. They're not. And I mean, we could talk about LeBron James being LeBron James, AD. They lack the 3-point shooting. They lack that third guy who can reliably be that guy for them. No, they don't have it. But the Lakers, I think, are going to make a move at the trade deadline, hopefully. And if they don't, you always got Adam Silver. So, you know, see what happens. Then we got the Orlando Magic. All right. They are a don't sleep. Yeah, so a lot of these don't sleep teams, they've impressed me. They've impressed me for most of the year. They've been teams that are like, oh yeah, I like what you've been doing. Orlando has a player in Paolo Banchero who could be an all-star. And also one thing about, if you're an Orlando Magic fan, I love that jingle that y'all have, like, Orlando Magic. Oh, y'all played at the beginning of the year. It was cool. But yeah, they're a B tier team to me. I think you could put them to a C tier team. They've lost a few games over the past few weeks. But they're still a talented team. They're a team that I think defensively they're a tough team to deal with, and I think that a lot of the young players have made improvements. Franz Wagner, who I've talked about since he's been drafted, love his game. Suggs has improved his game from the jump. I remember people talking shit about Jalen Suggs. He's improved his game. Yeah, I think they're a don't sleep team. I'd have the I put the Magic above them. So yeah, I think this is solid. This is my tier list. Yeah. I rock with this. I think that this tier, I think these are your I like it.